Hey folks, it's one of these weirdly warm and misty Christmas days. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy solstice, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy New Year. Whoa, just it's a cloudy, gray day. The sun hasn't even risen yet. We're just having kind of pre-dawn light here. And I wanted to share with you a performance I did a couple of weeks ago at the Saphead complex in Canton, New York. And it's a wonderful space. It's been created by my neighbor and farmers who live across the street from me, the Rohde family, and kind of their extended family. There's just a bunch of cousins and relatives who've all contributed to this amazing place, and they have gifted our community with the opportunity to use their space for some of these second Saturday and second Sunday events that we've been doing, kind of with the idea that this little church, the brick chapel, which is essentially behind that tree, is something that can be a supportive focal, that the brick chapel community can be something more than just a little Presbyterian church that has, a couple of Sunday services in the summer, but that there's a group of people who may not all be Presbyterians, who may not all be even Christians, who can come together and support each other and create a space for creativity and wonder and joy, and just a community of people that cares about each other in a way that just a social club doesn't, in a way that a Chamber of Commerce doesn't, or that a Farm Bureau doesn't. And they have collaborated with me, Mary Rohde and Marilyn Rohde and Elliot Rohde and Jack Zay, who is he's the cousin. He's a veterinarian. He actually is my vet, and just real people doing something in a community that they're not being paid to do. You know what I mean? For me, that's what's going on here. And I had the opportunity to do my Season of Light program, or one version of it. And so I want to share with you some overtone singing, the story of how I finally, after years and years of just wanting to play the drums, I finally got to be able to play the drums in a couple of songs. And special thanks again to Elliot Rohde, Mary Rohde, Marilyn Rohde, and in this particular version, Elliot's son Liam showed up and he played the drum. He's a keyboard player. I'm hoping to get him into the band. And there's a lot more coming, and there's a huge vision for this event, but I wanted to share it with you on the day of Christmas, to share you my particular Christmas story and how music came into my life. And I cannot separate it, as I always say, from the vision to create a farm that is sustainable and joyful and profitable. And I can't separate the music from the spirituality, from the farming. I can't do it. It's all one thing for me. And so I invite you to join us. Get yourself in a comfortable position and just allow yourself to kind of join the program. And it's about a half hour long. So without further ado, let's jump into it. At the end, I just give you a little tour of the Saphead complex. And I was not paid to do any of this. This is something that I just feel called to do. And I'm really looking forward to inviting some other local top flight musicians to join me in collaboration in some of these future events. So thanks for watching. Peace, love, Groovyness. Have a wonderful holiday season. I will see you in the new year. Peace, love, Groovyness. Over and out for now. Here's the program. Boom. All right, so I'm going to get started here. Here we go. Hope you're ready for this.
when I tried to get school gigs as a singer-songwriter, I had very little interest. Schools were not that interested in that. But when I started doing the drumming thing, they really liked that. And I can go into an elementary school and do that overtone singing, which is from Central Asia, by the way. There's a little country in the middle of Asia called Tuva. And it's a shepherd population. They're out on basically, the steppes, Great Plains. Shepherds sing. They do that overtone singing where you can actually sing more than one note at a time. So, I almost don't need the digital delay, but then when we add the digital delay, and then the other thing I was doing was throat whistling. And I don't know what culture does that. The Eskimos do something called throat whistling, but it doesn't sound like this. And one day it was just like I was trying to get them off to school and it was busy and I got them out the door to the bus and I heaved a huge sigh of relief and it was just like, and then through the digital delay, so that's a lot of fun. The other thing I was doing was what I call the woo-woo sound. And this is exactly the same thing as around to the rim of a wine glass. It just sounds pretty cool. So I use this in a lot of stories. When something scary is about to happen. So, yeah. But tonight I want to tell a story, a big story. Can you guys hear me? I'm gonna turn up a tiny little bit, just because I want to. And so, when I was a kid, for Christmas every year, I asked for a pony, like everybody does. I also wanted tin soldiers that would come to life. None of which I got. And then one year, they had the special on. It was the little drummer boy. And man, I just thought playing the drum was the way to go. And the little drummer boy had the right idea. And I liked the idea that he could play his drum, and it was a gift, And unfortunately, my mom didn't feel that way. She was a second grade teacher. And there was no way that there was going to be a drum in our house after she got home from dealing with second graders all day. This was not going to happen. But every year, I asked for a drum, and every year I did not get a drum. I wrote letters to Santa Claus. I think my mom intercepted them. I don't know. No drum. And then something happened. I think it was the drummer boy, but it was, and I've told this story other times in other places, but one night my mom put on some Christmas music downstairs. My bedroom was upstairs. And it was either the drummer boy or it was the What Child Is This, which is the Green Sleeves Christmas version. And the music just wafted up the stairs. And I remember distinctly I had racing car pajamas and a matching racing car sheets on my bed. And all of a sudden the music started coming up my legs. And just like a moment, it was blue light. And it came up my legs and I found myself standing on my legs. I don't know if you've seen The Fifth Element, but there's a scene at the end of the movie where all this energy comes into the main character that was and I had just blue light coming up and down and just zapping through me, and I was like, and from that point on, I knew I had to be a musician, but I still didn't get a drum for Christmas. And I said, Mom, I really want a drum for Christmas. And my mom said, well, you know, your father has a guitar in the closet, which he never plays. And did you know that the guitar is a percussion instrument? Yeah, it's part of the rhythm section, Mark. I'm like, really? Okay. So I started learning to play the guitar. And I said, Mom, I really, really would like a drum. And she was like, did you know that they need fife players in the fife and drum corps? So why don't you learn to play the flute? So in 4th grade, I was learning to play the flute. It wasn't my first choice of instrument. It really wasn't working for me, but I did learn how to do it, sort of. And I said, Mom, the next year I'd really, really like a drum. And she said, you know, the piano is a percussion instrument also. There are little hammers inside the piano, and they're hitting the strings, Mark. It is a percussion instrument. And we have one, and it's about time you took some piano lessons anyway. I think I started when I was 9. Liam started, you were 9. Did they make you do it, or did you have to beg? Okay. So I started learning the piano, and I really wanted to drum. I really, really wanted to drum. And finally, I think I was in middle school by the time this happened. It was Christmas, I'd asked for a drum. Sure, there was a drum set somewhere hidden on the property. So Christmas morning, I came down. My sister and I would get up first. My parents would try to delay the waking up process as long as possible. My dad, still, he can sleep sometimes till 11 in the morning. He's just good at sleeping. I'm outing you, Dad, I'm outing you. So I came down, and in the stockings were 2 drumsticks. And I was like, it's gonna happen, it's finally happened, drums for Christmas, drums! And so I took the drumsticks out, and I'm starting to play them in the air drumming. Started playing on my sister. Stop it! I played all the way down the hall. Played on my parents' bedroom door. And I heard my dad inside. He can growl like a bear sometimes in the morning. I don't think he's ever heard the story, but over the years, he's gotten very big in this story. And I was like, come on, it's Christmas, let's go, let's unwrap the presents. And so they came out, and we started unwrapping presents. And eventually, all the presents were open, but there was no drum set. And I was sure, maybe in the garage, maybe in the shed. We didn't have a shed, though. I said, where is this drum set? I know, the drumsticks are here. And my mom was like, oh, there's one present we forgot. And I'm like, this is it, the big reveal. My mom was always kind of a teaser, you know. She always had something up her sleeve, and she disappears, and she comes back with a very small, square package. And I ripped it open, and it was one of those rubber practice pads, so you can learn to play the drum quietly. So that was it. I never got a drum set. Fast forward till my son Andrew was 8 years old, and his mother forced him to take an after-school program in African drumming. And one day I picked him up after this program, and just walking into the school, you could hear the sound of African drums. I don't know if you've ever heard African drums played properly. Every drum has a different pitch, and they're all playing a different part, so it becomes like boom boom da dum boom boom da 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 boom boom. And I was just like, it all came back. And I walked into the cafeteria where they were playing, and it was all like little kids playing, and they were just amazing. And the man that was teaching, his name was Kevin Oliver. Kevin, or Kazi is his African name, and he was teaching these kids to play the drums. And I said to him after the class, you know, is there any way I could join the class? So I was in my 30s, my son Andrew was 8, and we got my other son Miles to play along with us a little bit. And I learned how to play the drums from this man, Kevin Oliver. And it was, for me, a dream come true. And my mom had another saying. My mom would often say, God's delays are not God's denials, which I love. That's a great quote. So I played, and eventually Kazi and I did some wonderful African storytelling programs, and I became obsessed with drums the way I have been obsessed with certain things over my life, writing songs and farming and drums and playing as many instruments as I could. This drum here, there's a light inside, and the light serves two purposes. One, it's cool. It looks nice. But the other purpose is that it warms up the drum skin and makes it nice and tight. But I had carved a drum that I called Bob the Big Drum. It was from a sycamore tree that was at the height of a telephone pole. It was just a limb. It was huge. And I carved it out, and I used fire to carve it out. And I would take that to school. If you ever drive by my house, you'll see what I call my hippie trailer. And I would literally fill that with drums, some of which were, huge, tall standing drums. And then Bob was too big, so then I carved out Bob Jr., and then Bob Jr. became too big for me to carry around, and then this is Bob Jr. Jr. So we're gonna hear from Bob Jr. Jr. in a little while. This is a June that this is the first drum I made, and one of you, a volunteer from the audience, is gonna play this, but we're gonna segue into a song. As many of you know, I am a compulsive songwriter. I cannot help but write songs about stuff. Every morning when I get my dad up, there's a new song. I don't publish those, but... So this song is called Children of the Drum. He was born in Trenton, New Jersey, where the boombox ruled in the streets. He was born in Trenton, New Jersey, but he lived for an older beat. Kevin wanted a drum for Christmas. Kevin wanted a drum. Kevin wanted a drum for Christmas. Kevin wanted a drum. And I was born in suburbia, just wondering what I was worthy of. I was born in suburbia with a passionate rhythm love. And I just wanted a drum for Christmas. I just wanted a drum. I just wanted a drum for Christmas. I just wanted a drum. Now, this is where I need a volunteer from the audience. Someone who can count to 4. Any volunteers, Liam? Don't want to put you on the spot. Please, someone, please. Don't be shy. Shaden? Marilyn? Come on, Marilyn, someone help me. Please. All I need is someone to go. I'll do all the work, just 1, 2, 3, da, 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 da. Patricia, anybody? And Liam is coming down. All right, thank you. Here we go. Just wanted a drum for Christmas. I just wanted a drum. Oh, that sounds good. I just wanted a drum for Christmas. I just wanted a drum. Here's the chorus. Play on, my brother. Play on. on, my friend. Play on, my sister. We are children of the drum. Kevin joined the Marines for music. They said that he could march in the band. Kevin joined the Marines for music, but they put a gun in his hand. And I got a job just to pay the rent, and soon I felt like a rat in a race. I got a job just to pay the rent, but my dreams still showed on my face. Play on, my brother. Play on, my friend. Play on, my sister. We are children of the drum. Life somehow brought us both together to the beat of an African drum. Life somehow brought us both together, two souls playing as one. Sometimes it takes a while to live the dreams you had as a kid. Sometimes it takes a while to live them, but you'll be glad that you did. Play on, my brothers. Play on, my friends. Play on, my sisters. We are children of the drum. Kevin wanted a drum for Christmas. Kevin wanted a drum. Kevin wanted a drum for Christmas. Kevin wanted a drum. Don't go anywhere. While I have you, Liam. Thank you, Liam. That was really good. I want to do a drum song. What I do at school is I call it drum song story, because I found that the drums got me the gig and the story helped me deliver the content, but the songs still had to be there. This is a song I can't really play at schools. It's called We Shall Live in Light. And let me just get the rhythm going, and then if you just hold the one, that would be really good. Okay, now how this works is I sing the line out, and then you repeat it. So it goes like this. We shall live in light. God is light. We are light. And everybody sings, we shall live in light. God is light. We are light. Next part. Whoa, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Everybody. Whoa, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. We shall live in love. God is love. We are love. We shall live in love. God is love. We are love. Whoa, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Everybody, whoa, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. My drum is going crazy. The light bulb is loose. We shall live in joy. God is joy. We are joy. Everybody, we shall live in joy. God is joy. We are joy. Whoa, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Everybody, whoa, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. in light. God is light. We are light. We shall live in light. God is light. We are light. Last time. Whoa, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. 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 Round of applause for Liam. Great job, man. Thank you. You definitely passed the audition. You passed the audition. Thank you.
So I'm just packing up after the second Sunday event to celebrate the Brick Chapel community. And the Rohde family has hosted us in their Saphead complex. And I just want to show you folks out there what an amazing place this is and what entrepreneurial farming minds can do when they kind of put their energies together. This is not just Elliot Rohde, this is his whole family, his cousin Jack, who's a veterinarian, and I don't know how many other people are involved, but this is a beautiful thing and it's available for events. This is originally going to be a warehouse for their maple syrup based hard seltzers, because Elliot has a very significant maple syrup business, and it's just it ended up to be too big. Like this space wasn't big enough for the hard seltzer idea. So it has become an event space, and they have wonderfully hosted us for the last two events, and we have a lot of great ideas for how we can actually make this even better in the future. And I'm working to get other musicians involved and to really create something once a month that is life affirming, spiritually uplifting, and inclusive and open and wonderful. But the space makes it pretty cool. During the non-heating months, we'll be at the Brick Chapel, but during the months of winter, which we have a lot of here in the North Country, the Roadies have wonderfully and generously extended the space for us. And the least that I can do is to tell you about it and to give you a real quick tour. So here it is, the Saphead complex. I'm going to turn the camera around and here we go. All right, here's our establishing shot, the Saphead complex. They had a comedy show Saturday night and last night, which was Sunday, the 10th of December. I did a little family concert here, and gonna leave my jacket there. And you come into the space and they have a kitchen here. Look at this, look at this. Like, this is nice, right? They've got coolers and refrigerators and stainless steel stuff. Stainless steel stuff is really nice. Elliot Rohde's Brick Chapel Maple right here. Look at that. And here they have locally grown grass-fed Angus that Elliot grows, and he has the best burger because he basically, his ground beef is not ground beef, it's ground steak. And I got one of his tenderloins. It was amazing. And he's got short ribs, he's got dog bones, he's got patties. They have maple ice cream. How's that for cool stuff, huh? And they have an actual bar. I think they even have their liquor license. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. But like if you have an event and you want to have an open bar, you can do that. Elliot's maple syrup stuff is behind that door and it's locked. They've got a men's room, they've got a ladies' room. And this is where we were last night. This was gonna be the warehouse for the hard seltzers. And it has great natural reverb. which I like. And they actually have enough space they could actually put a balcony in there at some point. So I just wanted to let you know this is available for rent. If you have an event and you don't want to clean your house and you have a bunch of relatives coming in from out of town, if you have a family reunion, if you have a wedding, whatever you want to have, there's a gathering. And I don't know any of the prices, but I will put the roadie information below this video so you can contact them at your earliest convenience if this is something that would fit with your plans. It feels good in here. That's what's so important. It feels good. It's simply decorated, but tastefully decorated, you know? So just ever so grateful to the roadies for the extension of this wonderful space. And it really is something that is in many ways an extension of the brick chapel, because the roadies are a big part of the brick chapel as well. And they walk their talk. They're amazing people. And so I'm gonna zoom in from here. There you go. All right. That's all I got. Saphead Complex, Canton, New York on Route 27. So thanks. I just wanted to do I just feel so much gratitude to the roadies. I just want to do a little commercial for them. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you're in the North Country up in Canton, New York, near Potsdam, near the St. Lawrence River, you should check this place out and get some beef. They're open on Fridays from 2 to 6, so you can get your own roadie burgers right here, and the prices are ridiculously affordable, particularly if you're from downstate. It's worth the trip all the way up here to load up on some roadie burger, okay? Peace, love, Groovyness, over now. Boom.